Hey guys, it's Salome here from Lavish-tastic Events, and I'm sure by now you've seen on the news we're going through this pandemic of coronavirus, and it's causing a complete world change. But we're going to get through this, and we're going to get through it together. Now, one thing that people have been asking me is, should I cancel my wedding during coronavirus? Well, in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you my suggestions of how you go about either cancelling or postponing your wedding. Stay tuned. This is the time now where you and your spouse can actually sit down and start to write down a plan B of action. What are you going to do now in terms of what's the next step? Obviously, you've been faced with this pandemic, which was never on your list of things for your wedding day. But now it's time to just take a step back. Okay, what are we going to do? So the first thing that I would suggest you do is to create a list of all your wedding suppliers. So whether it's your venue, whether it's your bridal shop that you've been buying your dresses and your bridesmaid dresses from, your caterers, make a list of all the people and all the suppliers that you have and also their contact details. This is a chance for you to kind of get everything down on one piece of paper and that you can really focus on who you need to contact first. So my first suggestion would be to create a list of all of your wedding suppliers. So whether it's your venue, whether it's your catering, whether it's your bridal collection supplier, all your makeup artists, start to create a list of all the people who are involved in your wedding day. This is crucial, especially right now. Make that call to them as soon as possible. Have the conversation with them in terms of what's the next step. Most venues now most people who had weddings now had to cancel their wedding between March and May. So that space of time is all weddings had to be cancelled because people had to self-isolate at home and stay away. So we couldn't be in gatherings. Reach out to your wedding venue and they will be in contact and let you know what the situation is. Or cancel your wedding day. Now, this is where Plan B comes into effect. As we're currently going through this crisis, one of the important things to do is to watch the news, the main news, and also listen to the government health guidelines. That's important information that you'll need to take on board in terms of your wedding planning and your wedding date. The next thing to do is to read through clearly your wedding vendor contracts. Every wedding vendor has different policies, so it's important that you go through and look at the contract and the terms and conditions. Now, obviously, no one anticipated a pandemic in their clauses, so it's important that you have that dialogue and have that conversation with your contractors to see what can be done amicably, because at the end of the day they want to fulfill your order, they want to fulfill your wedding day, so I'm sure they will work with you to look at how we can work together for the benefit of your amazing wedding day. It's very likely that a lot of the wedding suppliers that you have will consider looking at postponing your day to see if they've got dates in their calendar that's available and you can actually postpone it, but it means that you have to work with other wedding vendors to collaborate and work together. So if you have a wedding planner like myself, then we look at how we can all accommodate to work together to make sure that your wedding day is a success. Now, if your wedding day is not available on another day, you've got to look at maybe it might have to happen in 2021 because we don't know what's going to happen in terms of the coronavirus and what's happening currently now. So it's constantly changing. It's important that you stay abreast with the news, but it's constantly changing. So just keep that and bear that in mind. So you've been planning this wedding, it's going to be an amazing day, and it still is going to be an amazing day. But now you need to think about your guest list. Are you going to cut your wedding guest list down, or are you going to still have the amazing amount of guests that you initially planned? But you may have to consider some of the elderly and the vulnerable adults who may be attending your wedding day. Are they still going to attend? If maybe you postpone it to another time, they may still come. But right now, people generally are kind of staying at home and not want to go to social gatherings. So have a think. You're going to cut your wedding list down and then you can still live stream it on Skype, Zoom, LiveCloud. There's so many different platforms there where you can still live stream it. And then in the future, have a big party. So think about your guest list, either make it smaller or change the date and go full out as you originally planned. I hope you found these suggestions helpful in terms of planning your amazing wedding day. It's going to be amazing. Don't let this pandemic affect you in any way. Just stay safe, stay strong, and stay indoors. That's the most important thing. But start to think about plan B. If you found these tips and suggestions helpful, don't forget to hit the like button down below and turn on your notifications so you get notified when I post out new content. And don't forget to pick up your wedding checklist, which is down in the comments below. Get it free. It's my gift, especially to you during this time. Have a good day, and I shall see you on the next video.